for the Danes as this pistol round is about to get underway.
Simple, the team player as well, dropping the CZ over the boomage. I imagine he's going to play towards that B bomb site. And in fact,
boomage.
Yeah, we have three players
all
there.
The drops I thought I wouldn't see. It's simple dropping a CZ to boomage. Electronic opening the round up with his USP, and Magisk has already gone, wiped out of the round. And so Astralis having to play this one 4v5 right away.
Yeah, and the bomb's there as well. Device gets up, but Simple won't let him get much further, and another nade thrown down by Flamey puts Glaive low. Boomage, he's in alt mid, by the way. He's in the T-apps and done a good bit of damage to Zipnik's running back. Dupree's beaten him to apartments, though, and now Boomage is sort of trapped, but it's still a 4-on-2 after that kill, and not even worth taking the CZ. It's low on ammo. Can't find his Glock. There it is. He had one bullet left. Not worth. Electronic fighting for the bomb. Dupree does see him. There's a player up close, but Zip, can he catch him? Electronic jumping back in, gets that information and gives it up finally, not wanting to open a route to that B bomb site with Simple on a flank, and he might drop the bomb yet again. The tag, getting out alive is Zip, but he knows Electronic's in middle. Astralis is just trapped. They have nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. They have to fight, and they will die in alt mid. NaVi with a pistol.
Yeah, there's something admirable about that long-range Glock fight from the bottom of alt mid to the very tippity top. Doesn't happen for Astralis. NaVi instead.
Whew.
And NaVi even giving us like a little insight into the time machine, right? Back where Simple used to have to drop IGL stuff all the time. Well, there it is in the pistol right away.
Oh, wow.
You love it. Just Glocks now for the side of Astralis. They do got this one P250 actually on Dupree, so I'm lying through my teeth there.
Of course you are. Liar.
So let's see. Mr. Dupree, P250. And a dream. Some nice gloves to go alongside it. All right, he's flexing on us with the knife as well. All right, Dupree, well, come on then.
He's got the NaVi colors on his gloves.
He does. He's an inside man. Let's see what he can do with it. Dupree. Gonna need these Glocks to bait the shots so he can wreak havoc with his P250. And I'm hyping this up like something epic's about to happen. It would be cool if it did, but it shouldn't. And so, Simple and Perfecto gonna put a lid on things here over at the long side.
Ugh.
And that's a nice clean round for NaVi. 2-0. Astralis, once again, taking this like conservative, you know, not force buying in these second rounds, prioritizing bringing the rifles out right away. And so now they've got AKs on everyone. A little bit limited in terms of the utility.
Oh my. Third round orb, Harry. Third round orb.
That's exciting, though.
Yeah, how's he done that? Perfecto dropping it over. Astralis are not going to be expecting that one. Still a bonus round for NaVi, right? So that's the risk you run with this, but Inferno so often seeing saves, but Simple not going for it. He's fighting mid. Does spot Magisk, can't get the kill though. Astralis have that information. Needs down B, 2 in the site. NaVi read into that A play last round. They pulled 4 players over. And already they're reading into B. 3 players here, actually swapping is Boomich and Simple, putting the AWP on the B site. I like that mobile move of the AWP, right? Astralis think it's fighting middle. It is certainly not. And so Simple always trying to catch you off guard. But Astralis aren't enticed by the B site. They go back into mid. 2 SMGs here. Pressure on Electronic in a pit, but we know how good this guy can be. We have some incredible pit players in this server right now on both sides. Magisk and Electronic. Minute on the clock as Astralis set up.
For me, that's one of the most exciting things an Opera can have in their repertoire and their arsenal is the ability to be mobile. Not just combat opping, but keeping the enemy team guessing.
Astralis have guessed right, though.
That they have. Glaive takes out Flamey and Boomich. Tucked in, gets the SMG kills, goes for 3, gets 3. Electronic's able to help, and just one man standing in Zipex.
Quite the man to have, but a 1v3, and Boomich has come up next to him. There's one. The flash is good. And that there is the round for NaVi locked in. Boomich with a big old sight hold, and then like calls for the support from Electronic. Oh man, there's still one more. He's kind of hassling me. I got to get this reload off. Electronic muscles in, deals with him. Good read from Zinix to find that man up on the balcony, but ultimately not ready for Perfecto, just rushing through the smoke. And I do love a confident NaVi that in like these 1v3s, they just try and pressure the lone man, right? They don't give him the room to maneuver, to set up to make that 1v2 happen. it's always risky, right, when you're up against it, because you know what he can do.
Astralis throw that top B smoke to not only cut off a player peeking or an AWP, but also expecting a Molotov likely from NaVi. It won't come through until the late round. There's the deep molly, the second one coming through, and now Astralis know that B is lacking util. Good flash. Magic's catching Boomich, but can he hit the spam? Reload needed. Boomich escapes with his life. Perfecto's still in the site as well. Simple has the AWP in mid, and Astralis is still holding out with 2 players there. Bomb committing B, though, through the util. Magic goes with the D. And now it's all on Boomich, who might have to just give it up, concede, and play for the retake. He's so low, and if Astralis get a 5-on-3 with 2 M4s picked up, that could be their round, even on Eco. Device spamming Flamey through with that 1 AK. And now NaVi questioning things.
Yeah, the numbers alone are looking like enough for them to save here. Electronic was never even moving, and Simple's just holding for 1 extra kill. Doesn't want to give the AWP away, because then it's not really worth it, especially not with these M4s dropped here, right? Like that's like a moth to a flame for Astralis. They want to get their hands on these guns, and so for Simple, that's the decision to just run away. And surely someone's going to try run T side. It looks like it might be Glaive. Simple knows that they will want that M4. Oh, Glaive got the M4, but then died to the bomb.
Yeah, he ran back so to not to die to Simple's AWP.
That's like a literal rock in a hard place. It's like, do I die to the bomb? Do I die to Simple? Went with the bomb, because then it doesn't affect the stats.
Smart. Man like Glaive. Still a NaVi round.
He's so intelligent, right? Like they're the kind of mid-second decisions. Mid-second, of course.
Yeah, halfway through.
You're always halfway through a second, really, if you think about it.
Time moves quick. 3-1 for NaVi. Astralis on the board with an eco win. They don't have the AWP, but it's T-side Inferno. It's not a necessity by any means. Dupree's blind, and he has to move out under inside of the Molotov. He couldn't escape through the top. Perfecto lining up a re-molly at the top of B, but that's a good spam. Device, rather, getting tagged up low. Perfecto won't commit with a Molotov. He'll save it for an execute. As NaVi have 3 on B again. Are they swapping? There's no AWP here, so looking like they want to stick, but Electronic moves out eventually. Astralis still on a default.
Emma's just taking a fight there towards the coffin player and Boomich.
Ooh.
Boomich brought down to 9. It's just gone 62. And with that smoke out, this fight might have to wait for another day.
Okay. Nice read. That will do. Perfecto spams the smoke before they were even on the boost. And in the meantime, Glaive was trying to lurk long, and he got caught by re-aggression as well. So NaVi have fallen back into a triple B, but they still have a 5-on-3 no matter what happens. Simple staying.
God, look at all these angles over towards the B site. You ain't getting in there.
No way.
And Astralis don't even want to chance it. They're just saving. They're bowing out of the round. They're getting bullied early on over here on this T side of Inferno, which is certainly worrying. And it feels like it's a culmination of like everything we were talking about that was looking good for NaVi, that needed to keep looking good for NaVi. And then those little extra bits that we were talking about, this idea of like even getting a tiny bit more mileage out of guys like Boomich and Flamey. And I mean, they've both delivered in that regard. Nothing spectacular yet, but it's still early days. And Boomich's 3KA hold really did make all the difference in that round just a few ago.
Yeah, and then on top of that, I mean, we look at a team like Astralis and some of the caliber that they have to offer on this map. I mean, they limited Mouse Sports to just 1 T round, 1 singular round on Mouse Sports T side.
There's never really a question about the CT side of Astralis, but right now, today at least, this T side on overpass was lacking, and that's exactly where they're starting on their map pick as well. Shouldn't be an excuse, but let's see if they can get back into things. NaVi with 3 on B again. Perfecto lining up flashbangs. As the corner molly, Flamey has to bow out. He has to give it up. Boomich is still here, tucked to the sandbags. And the Molotov again for Perfecto, assisting with more utility, slows Astralis down, gives Boomich the option to escape, and that he will. He was trapped as sandbags, eating grenades. Astralis with no more damaging utility, smokes and flashes. And Banana controls, sure, but do they really want to be execute? just off the bat.
I wonder if we're going to see any re-aggression around that smoke.
We're definitely going to see a B hit. That much is almost forecasted for sure. Fecto dumps the smoke. It actually hits Magisk. Magisk makes the corner. Gets all the way to first oranges. Boomich is there to clean up some of this problem. Some of this leak inside of the B-bomb site.
Oh, Flamey flashing for the peak. Astralis will turn from it, and now Boomich hung out to dry. But Perfecto and him, they make a convincing case.
Wow.
And my goodness, how is this so dominant? Not a single kill found. This was a 5v5 as they get in. And Device, they find no one.
Oh.
Everybody dies for Astralis, and NaVi keep all 5 players standing. That is unreal. Boomich with a nice double, flashes back in from Flamey. Simple, open people through the smoke at CT.
And some way, shape, or form, Chad Birchill picking NaVi to win this series, unlike the rest of us.
He gave us a bit of an insight into his prediction strategy today. He couldn't win unless he got both upsets. Faze didn't go well for him. NaVi, though, they're doing a damn fine job. This is a terrifying team right now, and certainly one that we could see in the finals. They've got to beat G2 to get there. I mean, they've got to beat Astralis. It's still not a done deal, but 5-1, the foundations are there.
The building blocks. Tech9's out for Astralis. Nades up from the top of Banana. Not going to do any damage. Like Astralis want to try their luck on the A site. They start to wrap. Glaive already with eyes on the arch. Dumps the smoke. It's a little bit more wiggle room here. Flamey's going to have a drop. If he can get out there, if he can get ahead of the smoke, I say that smoke blooms.
He tried to peek, but he was whited by his teammate's flash that just popped in his view. That could have been all the info and even more kills, but Astralis have doubled back to short, and it's not even being considered. Simple's looking long, Electronics hiding Grave, and Device is selling a B fake. He's dead immediately. Still no one looking short. Magis is in the site. Now Electronic turns around, and Simple and him both pounce with a killer piece. Electronic spammed, and Simple to close. NaVi ferocious on this A site. And Astralis, even though they caught them looking the wrong way, they get 1 kill in the round.
And this is like the normal slow NaVi style, but like on steroids, man. Like they are not giving you a single fight to the point where Astralis are in the site like, where is everyone? And then suddenly, in a matter of seconds, all the kills come in. And even in the round prior to that, with the B play from Astralis, where they lose everyone and NaVi keep 5 alive, that was a kind of similar case, right? Where the site was essentially given up once the utility came in. And then they use a few flashes to, you know, give those peaks back over, to take a bit of ground back and chip away at Astralis. And it's just really, really nice that, like, denying the trades right now from NaVi, they're not giving anything to the Danes to work with. And so every one of these rounds, it just feels like, you know, you get peaked by everyone all at once. And if you're not winning the majority of those fights, then it's GG.
Another buy for Astralis yet again. Had our fair share of ecos, but full AKs and all the util as well. NaVi triple B, as they often have been at the start, to dump this util. Boomich is fighting, he's peeking, and he's got a great spray for damage onto Magisk. Glaive mollying out. He's going to get traded. It is a catastrophe on both fronts. Everyone dying to util. Boomich sets him up for success with spam. Magisk is still in the round, but he's so low. And Astralis just pulled the brakes. They've lost the bomb. They re-smoke the top of B to go and retake it. Perfecto's not playing for it as the solo B player, and dupreeh is watching for App's aggression. That's where Electronic is, but he's not overstepping the mark. Now, as long as Electronic stays here, he can make the read. He can make the call that players are up mid, but dupreeh's past him. Magisk should be a free kill here, and it is, but does he know about dupreeh?
Oh, Electronic with the read. Oh, you were going to try and sneak through, you will have a bit of that. Have a bit of that Molotov. And Astralis now are doubting themselves again, and that's something that NaVi have been great at. Like, Astralis, nothing feels certain, nothing feels sure. They're not ready to commit to anything because they've got no idea what's going on in this round. And with utility now coming out over towards short side, they're reconsidering this play. And they also don't know if Electronic could still be hiding somewhere over towards the apartment. So they're having to waste a lot of time clearing this ground. Electronic tucked into the cubby at long isn't going to give this fight over. It's another example of just these restraint plays from NaVi. They're 3-on-2. Why would he need to peek? And only now that they get into the site will he give them anything. And it's a nade onto Dupree that finds a lot of damage. NaVi set up to play the retake with the man advantage. Now Dupree does have a smoke for Moto at least. And so that's hopefully going to buy Astralis some time. Shame they can't get anything else, and Simple's looking to go through. He drops his own smoke at Moto while he's pressuring here. Perfecto and Electronic are working the short side. Dupree hidden in Graveyard. Goes for the swing and deals with Perfecto. Astralis down to the 2v2. Electronic missing the timing, but Zipnik's been deleted down in the pit. And Simple through the Graveyard wall. Puts them in a coffin and puts NaVi onto 7.
This is a big yikes for the side of Astralis, but it appears though I don't want to say it too early. We all know, we all know what happens, but it looks like there's going to be a tech timeout here. I think we're going to get a player restarting their internet over there on the NaVi side.
You can try everything is up to
Are you sure they're having any internet troubles right now? They
Doesn't
look
appear
unreal.
so.
Yeah, look at this. Yeah, Dupree trying to hide. Ain't no hiding from Simple, is there? Man, there's 10 kills on all of Astralis combined. And off the top of my head, I don't know how many any one player has on NaVi, but we'll get that in a second when we do cut back to game. Look, we got the fan cams. The fans are out in full force. IEM.gg/fan cam if you want to join all these wonderful people. This is a really scary looking NaVi. And Astralis looks scared. Like, you can feel it. The tension is palpable.
Yeah, Simple's 9-0, FYI, yet to die in this map.
There you go, 9-0. So 10 kills on all of Astralis combined.
Yeah.
I can tell you that they don't have one Simple. And that's confirmed via the numbers. You can check the maps. Unless this is a tech timeout. I believe it was Perfecto who lagged out, actually.
Yeah, Astralis have got to respect this B hold as well. Navi's util was evidence of that in the previous round, right? Not only Boomich swinging off of his spawn and getting good damage, but the molly's burning out Glaive. Even after he gets one of his own, it was a fair trade. It was a 3-on-3 for Astralis, which shouldn't be awful, but Electronic is just such a little gremlin up in the apartments, catching matches, stalling things out on the A site, more nades, setting Navi up for the retake, and of course it's Simple, wallbanging players out through Grave to close it out. Navi, again, more reads and more lovely counter-strike from these guys.
It really has been a little while now since these very, very slow plays from NaVi have looked all that convincing. And it feels like they've really tried to get that down because Astralis have got no answers to it, none. Nothing has been working. And then it means, like, when NaVi do occasionally go for these, like, more aggressive plays, Astralis are always caught, like, not looking ready for it at all. You know, thinking back to Overpass, whenever we did finally get those little bits of aggression coming through, be it T side or CT side, Astralis were always, you know, especially when they were on their CT half, they were oftentimes holding on to utility, waiting to use it in the late round, and then they would lose it instead in the early round to quick fights coming through.
Yeah. The only round Astralis have won in this map is them on an eco hitting B, getting 2 picks and forcing a save on that A site for NaVi. Other than that, the B retakes have been great. Think of that 5-on-5 B execute where NaVi retake it without losing a single man. Some great team flashing going on. Not team flashing, but flashing for your teammate back into that B bomb site.
Well, some of us prefer to flash the teammates.
Yeah, you're pretty good at that.
I mean, it's just so easy. And they wonder why, you know, the stats for the flashing is up there. And, well, I'm assisting the other team. That's the secret.
If you throw it out of spawn as well, it's like free real estate, right? There's nothing they can do. Everyone's there.
Oh, yeah.
They're back in, though. 7-1. And rebuys for Astralis.
It's interesting that those odds are still so close.
It's because it's Astralis.
Yeah, right. That's always the fear. Is like, well, you know, they're 7-1 now, but will that hold up? I mean, being real, it kind of looks like it will, but you never know with this Astralis team.
Boomich again, he's always in front of the Banana, he's always here to fight, but Flamey's throwing nades and Magis catches him. Does Boomich really want to give it away? If a 5-on-3 comes through, Astralis could run away with the round, and they might still. Bomb is in T-spawn, not a common mistake for Astralis, as someone will have to go back for that, but they're in no rush. 1:20 on the clock, and they know there's a single B player left up. Pre getting caught in apps. Electronic, he thinks the lurk is dead now, but Xyp9x is still here in this position, and Simple doesn't commit to the B rotate despite throwing utility in. He's trying to game Astralis. He knows they're being slow, but the reason they're being slow is because they're getting the bomb. And so Astralis can just group up B and hit it on a one-man hold, but they're not convinced either. Minute on the clock, bleeding the round out, and waiting for more re-aggression from NaVi. Not looking like they're going to get any, with NaVi entrenched in the bomb sites right now. But as long as Astralis can group up B with this three-man setup and execute, this should be their round. Perfecto, he's been great in this series, but this is going to be something impossible.
Yeah, Zip selling this fake as well is huge. Like, he's just making noise. He's just being annoying. And NaVi, they do kind of realize pretty quickly now with the execute coming in, they're like, well, it's not A. Simple, still sitting there, still waiting. And that's going to leave Electronic and Perfecto to do it all. Perfecto hidden at the back of the site, tries to go for the spray transfer. Electronic playing to deny the bomb, decides against it. Him and Simple going to move into a retake 2-on-3. Now, will this be the save? The money is banked up for NaVi. Electronic falling on the swing, and that there will be Simple's cue to exit. Astralis with 2 on the board, and that is one of the first rounds, really, where we see some aggression coming through. He's trying to feign them out, and they are leaving early. They are getting out of there early on.
Oh, dear.
Simple. Don't do it to them.
Oh, boy.
Don't do it to them. He's got to start running soon, and Device hears it. Simple's got a smoke. He's on the bomb. Surely not. Device needs to spray him off, and he will. Astralis get that second. Simple tries to get cheeky with it, but Device puts it to an abrupt end.
Respect. Respect for the attempt, right? 9-0. He's not even playing for the stats. He's really giving it a go. But yeah, Device not falling for that today, and that is huge that Astralis don't let that go on. And you know, they even heard Simple rotate, right? The players on Banana hear him in CT running very loud speedway, and Astralis think maybe it's too good to be true, and well, it is. The second round taken. Great B kills from Magis coming up Banana early as well. NaVi might want to start conceding the top of Banana. Fighting at the corner. Flamey did get caught with nades last time around. That's not something that he looks to repeat. The orb's in apartments for Simple this time around as well. And Magis is waiting B for anyone to give him a pick. Good grenade. He's down low. Flamey leaves after throwing all of his util into this B site. Perfecto has a flash ready to fight, but Simple double peeked in apartments. Can't pick a target. Dupree with a kill. Electronic re-aggressing. And still this B flash ready. A moment's notice for Boomich. If he hears anything, he's going to call for it. Oh, spam halls. Goodbye, Electronic. No flash even helping as Boomich dies to the B fight, and Perfecto is stuck at the back of the site.
Flamey is about to have a real trial by fire here inside of the A site. He's down in the pit. Won't get checked by the first. No, and the follow-up as well. Down to a 2-on-2, and it's 2 low players. Oh, no. Flamey, another. And now only 1 man left. Magisk late in through the apartments. Nade onto Flamey. Doesn't even do much damage. And Flamey has been a pillar, a tank in at this site. Bested eventually. Perfecto arriving in the library, and Magisk 10 seconds. Doesn't get that bomb down. Perfecto. That was a 2-on-5 from NaVi.
Wow.
My, oh my, those are not the kind of rounds that often turn against Astralis, not ever. It's Flamey down in the pit, delivering so much, buying time for the rotate from Perfecto. He goes for that second fight, and everything's looking a little bit scary, but the moment he domes Glaive, so aware, so ready. And Perfecto locks it in right at the very end, man. That is filth. That should never happen.
Yeah.
Look at that celebration, man. Flamey feeling it right now.
And that's one of those rounds, if you're like Device, he was up B, he died first to Perfecto. He's thinking, yeah, 5-on-2, I'm going to kill the rotate on a lurk. He dies, and then Flamey just lights up the server. What a hold. Where did that come from? NaVi not giving anything away to Astralis, and that would have been back-to-back rounds, most importantly. That would have been Astralis biting back at the money of NaVi, but most importantly, keeping themselves afloat. And right now, they are submerged. They're in deep water. Without a paddle, NaVi 8-2, and the AWP back out for Simple. Look at this buy for Astralis. They've got to go for it. It's triple SMG, double AK. Dire state.
Of course, Simple gonna go for a peek. Takes a shot, falls off. Flash had landed right at his feet. This utility on Banana is relentless. Magisk knows he's not alone, and somehow not getting the kill. Unfortunate, unlucko.
Oh dear, and now they're getting dragged down. Device running right through, finding Flamey and an M4. Arming Astralis.
Flamey actually swapped out to an M4 that had less bullets than his own, which really wasn't the players it turned out. Simple. Oh, dink onto Glaive. He's somehow still alive, but that nade might seal the deal, and it will. It just tickles him. Just a little tickle onto Glaive, and he's out of the round. Electronic spraying with the AUG, and once again, it's another man advantage for Astralis, turned in favor of NaVi. Both players for the Danes here. Outside of A, Simple, caught on a timing by Device. Do they want to commit? Do they want to keep tempting fate with the A play? Electronic here alone. It's him and Perfecto this time, left up against it. Perfecto on the rotate, has to move in, and already the site's been lost. Sipnik's hiding up in the apartments. Perfecto trying to flash himself in for a peek, but that smoke falling now really does complicate matters, and Device takes him out through it. So it's a great return there from Astralis. It looked like it was another round that was about to get out of hand. Device, the savior that was needed after all.
Yeah, wiping sweat off your forehead after that one, right? Like, what a mess up top. B Boomich, one of the classic, you spray a player, you think you've killed them, you look away, but they're still standing. He needed to get traded, even with Simple coming in on a rotate, caught by the long lurker. Astralis. Okay, still in this one, still in for a fight. That was a low money round as well, and now talk about that. NaVi have been pushed to pistols, USPs across 5. It's a free-flowing round that Astralis should never lose, and finding Simple first is a good start. 9-0, now 10-4.
They boosted it up. Perfecto at the back of the site. What? He gets a dink. The USP is doing a lot of damage, and Magisk is like, well, I wouldn't normally run away from free kills, but these ain't free. He's got to go back and get that bomb as well, because the rest of Astralis are in A. Flamey, he gave us a 3K at the A site last time, but not this time with a USP. And right on, because honestly, that would have been
ridiculous.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit gross.
A little bit much.
Nice that Astralis actually doubled back down mid. There, Boomich was hunting. He could have caught the bomb in ult as it was late, but Astralis have forced him into T-spawn, and now he's taken ult apps instead. He shouldn't get away with this. No armor, aim punch by Zip, and that's a good fan out for Astralis, right? Not just falling back into A and giving Boomich room.
Two things I think are important to mention is, even though they full ecoed that round on the NaVi side, they had like 2 players that were at 1,400. And so even with some loss bonus banking up, they don't have enough to get rifles out on everyone. This is a pretty ghastly buy, all things considered. And another is that in these last few rounds, it feels like NaVi have been taking a few more liberties with the aggression. And I think that's where we've seen the bulk of the problems occur. Namely, this kind of double push that's been coming through from Boomich and whoever's been at B with him. We've had it from him and Flamey in that last rifle round. And he's looking to go aggressive again. And it does feel like, you know, he's given away a few openers here, which has kind of helped Astralis out massively, because that was something they were never able to get. Electronic and Simple doing damage. But it is still a 4-on-4 left open to Astralis, who now set up outside of B. Fair bit of damage exchange between them and Perfecto. But ultimately, everything's coming off Astralis for the time being.
Magic skirts the Molotov with no damage as well. It's a bit deep, and that's given Astralis the sight. Bomb trying to cross as well. Boomage spammed, and Perfecto's already out of the round. It's going to be a save for NaVi. They know B is lost, and they put up no kills on the defense there either. Astralis see that three-man setup in apartments, right, with a boost in boiler and simple in deep halls, and they just elevate a B take. An expectation of, firstly, max 2 players there. When you've got that guarantee, that's always nice. But then there could also be a long player with how NaVi have been fast rotating A. So nice execute for Astralis. Straight on in with the smokes. No hint to NaVi. And even checking for ninja spots as well with how this game has been going. I don't blame him.
Well, we saw Simple try to sneak in there once. You might as well cross your T's and dot your I's.
He dies, though, in a 3-man gun save. Like, that's not great for NaVi. They're going to have to eco moving forward. They would anyway, because they don't have full loss, so you can see the money. Like, it's not even enough to drop more than FAMASs, but they could have bought, 5 FAMAS or 5 rifles, 3 of them being FAMASs. Regardless, it's probably an eco anyway for NaVi. But it would have been nice to have Simple rifled in this round. That's not the case. So pistols, as Astralis build into this T side, what was a worrying start is coming out just fine near the end for Astralis.
And this is more what you would expect here for Astralis on a map that they're so strong on right now.
To be their 10th win in a row if they can find it.
Well, I'll be impressed if they can go 88-0. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that would be impressive.
Oh, they saw dupreeh, but he sees them as well. And Simple was looking for the trade, but dupreeh has already skirted on out of there. Bit of a lull in the action as Astralis wait for re-aggression, and there it is, they get rewarded.
And NaVi being backed into a wall right here, backed into a corner. 5 alive for Astralis.
B is free. Magisk is going to get this info. I'm in. It's clear. And so that bomb on the back of Glaive is already moving in for the rotating towards B. It's going to go down, and NaVi, they're nowhere near. Just going to be a save in this round.
Or is it? I mean, look at these 2 players from Astralis.
Yeah, if they get both of them, then maybe you're enticed to go for it. But even then, you're going to be using a lot of time trying to flush these players out, right? And they don't even know about them to begin that kind of line of thinking.
Well, I'm just thinking of the idea of them saving overall. I mean, it looks like Astralis want to take it away from them right here.
They're even coming in from B. Device has gone through spawn. Oh, there's 2 players with their backs turned. Device with the spray on a double. And that's Astralis finding 6 flawlessly as well. Yeah, one thing I've noticed from Astralis is while the meta is typically, especially when you're hitting B in this map as a T, you're going to have a player in apps trying to find that boiler timing, killing the short rotate, killing a long player. But right now, Astralis, they're often executing B with 3 and having 2 lurkers of Zip and dupreeh in the apartments, like doubling down on that. So while it is dangerous if your B players don't get the real estate or the frags, it's also kind of nice because NaVi, they'll kill one and they won't expect another. It's not played into it too heavily this game, but something to keep in mind for NaVi. Device on his first AWP of the map as well, pulling it into the T side. Money's not there for NaVi. Little boost up for Simple to get onto the balcony or the porch, wherever he wants to go, it's his. Flamey's crossed all the way along as well. That's interesting. Simple's going to be drawing them in, and Flamey can shut down any commitment. But being real, a lot of these rounds have ended B for Astralis since they started winning. And so that's something that NaVi need to figure out. Device shuffling guns out from spawn so he can trade to an AK when needed. Yeah, will this porch setup even matter? We've again got that 2-man setup near apartments for Astralis. And 3 towards B. It has been so good to them.
And it does just feel like they're destined to go back to it, right? And NaVi with no real utility left over at the B site. They've got 1 flash on Perfecto, and that is the extent of it. they're going to be hard-pressed to put a stop to this B play when it comes through. And because of this triple short side setup for NaVi, these rotates are going to take a long old while to come through. You don't have that player that's kind of playing arch or long, ready and raring to go on the rotate. Electronic will actually take a peek down through mid, and he sees Xyp9x running away. So already the kind of pennies drop now for NaVi. However, Magisk with the opener, there will be a trade from Boomich. Ideally, he needs a double and is only able to put up one. This B site falls into Danish hands. dupreeh trying to go up and over. Bomb plant not denied by Electronic. And so NaVi a man down in the retake.
Yeah, dupreeh spams him through the ruins as well. He might get a second. Simple tagged up, dupreeh going for it. And Astralis, this is just a formality at this point. A 4-on-2 that's getting fed to them. Simple, dangerous game. flamie gets a smoke spam as it fades. Flashback in, dupreeh's blind. There's a chance after all. NaVi needs to be quick though. Back in with the retake. It's just on Zip. Hiding in banana. flamie with a kit. Taps the bomb. Zip might be forced to spam, to spray, to pray, but flamie's gone wide and fired back. Zip knows he's off it, and the time is ticked away. Too dry. It's an Astralis round.
We're off with a pistol round. NaVi up by 1.
NaVi was 7-1 up in this map, 8-2, before Astralis started to streak in rounds at the end of the T side. And so momentum right now in favor of Astralis, but NaVi on those T sides, they don't care about your speed and pace. They will take it nice and slow. You thought Overpass was some slow T rounds? Well, this is the map that really lends them to NaVi. Historically great, recent times not so much, but we'll see how it shows up today in the server. Simple on the P250 armor, up banana. Into apartments go 2. dupreeh's deep. And a player in boiler watching this. Perfecto, which side does it clear? It's the right side, technically the left, but it is correct. And the bomb dropped by dupreeh, hunted down, and he doubles up before he finally falls. That was about time. flamie does get it under wraps, but only 1 mag left in the CZ. It's a risky move to move into A with that gun. Simple trying to catch the rotates 2 on long, but the jump burst for Boomich. Xyp9x overwhelmed by the double peek, and it's glaive with a full set of util, but the bomb's going back to B on its own.
Oh, they hear glaive. They hear him coming like a bull in a china shop. NaVi pick up a pistol. And for dupreeh, he gets stuck in the fatal funnel. He jumps on his way out. Slick work with the CZ, but jumping in the doorway was his demise.
The jumping Glock burst headshot.
Reasonable.
Yeah, that's going to hurt in the morning. Nice round for NaVi. The bomb going back was scary. If glaive pushed B, that could have been his. And his full set of util goes nowhere in that round. It's NaVi with a pistol. They have found 3 out of 4 in this series so far.
Yep. 4 MAC-10s and an AK on Simple. The Natus Vincere story.
Force for Astralis. Delay play with the smokes, right? Often see the choke points just recycled, but NaVi aren't waiting, they aren't respecting, and they're going to go right through middle. Long smoke instead. That gives NaVi the room, but it is always a bait and switch. NaVi could be scared of a heavy A-side presence with long being smoked, and so they go back into what was stacked on B. glaive leaving. Does he want to reconsider that? Because NaVi are looking like they want to execute soon for a change.
And for Astralis at this point, they'd have to clear middle. So NaVi re-smoked that arch side. flamie continues to apply some sort of pressure right here.
And those nades down banana for Astralis do nothing, but glaive could. He still has one. Smoke for dupreeh ready to drop, and it will go in. Perfecto commits in front of it. There's no CT smoke down yet, but it does come through, and Astralis is setting up in that position, trying to boost, but they fall. dupreeh dead in the sight. glaive makes it above and does tap out Boomich, but he's traded. NaVi keeping things even is fine. Bomb can get planted, and Simple still up with the 1 AK.
Ooh, an immediate dink onto device. And that might have just quelled any hope at this retake for Astralis. That banana player kind of dead in the water, already conceding. Magisk dropped out of the round, and Xyp9x trying to do what he can with the deagle, but Simple goes up, over, and into him. As NaVi put 10 on the board, reaching double digits. The force bite for Astralis does not give over the results they were hoping for. Haven't seen many of these forces from Astralis either. So one of their first attempts at it really doesn't go their way.
And then win the round off that. So NaVi up to 10. Double digits. Astralis, one more eco before the rounds really begin on this CT side.
Oh, Device has got a lot of utility and it never even gets used with him dying up in the apartments. Had a smoke and a flash, and that could have maybe been used to waste time off the clock. You know, we know how NaVi do play it slow if given the kind of right prompts to do so. Any hope of that is now a distant memory. dupreeh alone at the A site, and my oh my, look at that mini-map. dupreeh has got his... Oh, he found one of the... Oh! No. He found the smoke, and Electronic drops down onto his head. Now, how did it get there? That's my question.
Yeah.
Like, Device died in the apartments. He was the only dead player. And then there's just a mystery smoke rolling around on the ground.
That did really get
It was planted there by Electronic earlier on. It was a trap. AB. Big smoke theory. You heard of it?
Yeah.
It landed in mini pit.
Momentum.
That's wild. No amount of momentum's getting it there. Right now, though, NaVi, maybe they're the kind of force with enough momentum to make the impossible happen.
Ooh, okay. Astralis throw heavy utility banana, and then they just, like, triple rotate. They just move everyone back to A. It's a big gamble. Leaving just Zip here. He does have his full belt still, but that's a huge risk for Astralis. However, you've got to pull something out like that eventually if you want to take this map. glaive moving back. Loud as well. Bomb in middle. Smoke on the wall into B. The re-molly for Astralis, slowing down the pace of NaVi. That's fine. They'll sit back and wait. Good grenades. Double down onto Perfecto. He's on 10. Boomich trying to pick. He does spot glaive, pushing him back. Molly on the corner as well. But Astralis now know it's not going to be a quick B execute. They got a few more seconds to gather their thoughts as NaVi set up in middle.
Simple to assist in the long play there with that smoke. That's going to block off the vision from Library. Now, no one was ever there for Astralis. Instead, Device is holding the arch, and Electronic with a jiggle might have spotted one. Oh, wow. And he's ready for Zipex as well. Out of the round. A man advantage taken for NaVi, splitting in through CT, and suddenly Device is getting panicky, but they're not even considering it. They saw him. They saw him there, and luckily enough, Simple is ready to go to get the trade. glaive now. Bit of a rough spot. Oh, wow. Simple just runs him down. And just like that, there's only one man left.
Simple trays off the orb just to kill the 1B anchor there for Astralis. Like, that's just full confidence. Running round through spawn. Magis, we know he's great in pit, but this is one hell of a hold as NaVi hunt him down in the post part. 4 players all around. And Electronic, he's taken the AWP, and he's rounded it out with 3. NaVi up to 12. And terrifying times for Astralis. 4 in a row for NaVi and another eco before Astralis really have to kick it up a notch, or this is going to be them out of the tournament, gone from Beijing, and NaVi running forward to face G2 in the semis.
All the exciting matches in the upper bracket. Heroic Vitality, kind of cool. Complexity big. That one's a bit of a toss-up.
Yeah, this side of the bracket definitely is stacked, right? Like Faze, G2, NaVi, Astralis. That's nice. That's saucy. The other side, Cole, big Heroic Vitality. Definitely some names in there to keep your eyes on. Hard fought for NaVi, but they're getting there. They're out long. There's no one here. dupreeh's running a rotate. Now watching this position with glaive, but NaVi were ready for a double setup last round. Why wouldn't they be ready again?
Oh, Electronic dealing with dupreeh. Opens up a vulnerability through the A site, and now Electronic's in the library. This man ain't looking to read books. He's looking to read rounds, and he's ready. Ooh, all these players in the site. Device got tagged going into the apartment, so they knew he was there. Magis not able to stand the test of time. As Ibnix fan, we so often say, like, oh, he's so good in the clutches, but this 1v4, this is not one of the clutches he's good in, surely. Armed with only a deagle. Admittedly, nice deagle. right? Credit to him for that. But that ain't going to matter. He's very, very certain that this peek is going to come in from short side. Never gets delivered it. And of course, the moment he looks away, that's when it looked like it was about to come through. Flamey decides, well, I'll do it. There you go. Zipnik's caught looking the wrong way. And NaVi onto 13.
They try something here and now on the CT side. They need to break back, as this is their first and maybe, or first AWP and maybe last, if they don't get back on this round. Device with the AWP taking a BP. Good luck.
Aggressive peek for Device. Simple already posted up. Utility's going to obscure the vision. It's going to give glaive time to dump a smoke, and banana control now in Astralis' hands, regardless of where the Molotovs have come from. You don't just want to peer through that smoke. Could be a death sentence. Boost Device up with an AWP to look down banana. No one's home. Got mid control. They drop a smoke towards Arch. It does land just a little shallow. Luckily, there's no one in that cubby.
Classic Astralis setup, right? Device solo B AWP. He's looking into the wall to avoid a flash. He could just get peeked straight up, but taking their time. 4 on A, double long, been read every time by Electronic. And now Device has got to do something dastardly.
Oh. Missed shot the first time around. Having to just concede that banana control now. And that's going to force the rotation of glaive back round to B. Zip even leaning that way through Arch.
Oh, they've cleared it.
That re-aggression from glaive, that might be huge, right? Because now they figure out, okay, it's all a fake. Well, Zip's trying to get aggressive over here at Arch, but he gets smoked off. And so they run right by him. Suddenly, all the pressure in the world is on dupreeh and Magisk. There they are with a double between the two of them. And dupreeh keeps on putting up numbers. Blink of an eye, it's all onto Simple. And Astralis, they will come through with 8 on the board, picking up a secondary AWP as well. That might find its way into dupreeh's hands.
Man, kills aside though, that is all glaive. That entire round is in the hand of glaive. His push on the smoke on B single-handedly gives Astralis everything they need. Not only did they spot only one long player, and they saw Device got pushed off of B, as you said, Zip was about to rotate. That was about to be NaVi wrapping into the A site and maybe even winning the round there and then, but glaive confirms it to fake. And Astralis, they stick around, they stick to their guns, and they finally get a CT round. That's their first. Oh. Glaive double open, eats a nade.
A lot quicker presence here from NaVi on banana this round. Which on half, Simple posted up, and for Astralis, they can't really get any closer to this fire. Smoke out from Electronic on the tree.
Originally, glaive and Zip were the other way round, and that's because glaive had the flash to enable re-aggression. Instead, he fights close with the AWP. And I was wondering if that was going to come back to punish Astralis, but it doesn't. Glaive gets away with the kill and lives to tell the tale, albeit briefly. Perfecto waiting to collect that kill, but instead it's Electronic with the double somehow, some way, securing B for NaVi and leaving Astralis in a tenuous position, a 3v4. If dupreeh sprays this smoke, he was lining up on the right side, but instead it's Simple to deal with him, and that solidifies the save. Astralis, they wanted to give that a go, right? That was like one of their only remaining lifelines back into this game, and losing dupreeh without anything coming from it forces the save here for Device and Magisk. Now, at the very, very least, right, if they get away with these two players surviving, they've still got a full buy up against 14. But if even one of them falls, suddenly that is gone. That is kind of thrown to the wind. Especially if Device is the man to go down.
Yeah, lovely little no fear BXX for NaVi there, right? 5 players just hitting banana all at the same time. You know, Astralis, they did great job of getting some T rounds at B at the end. It was often just 3 or 4 man executes there, but NaVi just full send everyone into the site. Molly's pushed glaive back, even with the opener on that AWP. He gets spammed by Electronic.
Dun, 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 dun. Down to the nitty-gritty for Astralis. They're going to have to dig real deep to rally this one back. Fast banana control for NaVi.
NaVi dropping the smokes earlier. Are they really going to commit this soon? It's almost a mind game in and of itself. Surely they wouldn't. And Astralis makes sure that doesn't happen, forcing out all of the util towards B, or at least a lot of it. Ollie's coming down and pushing in his glaive. Full confidence, full flashed is Perfecto rather, but Boomich gets the kill instead. Saves his teammate's life. Good idea there for Astralis, but one player anti-flash. Now it's down to Dupree. Back of the site, great hole, blinded, but he drops the bomb. Re-molly in for Zip. The nades are flying through for Astralis, and they do some damage, but Dupree has to swing from the Molotov, and he finds a third headshot. 4 on 2. Huge B hold here for Astralis with the triple setup, and NaVi are sent packing.
Blocked out, locked out. B is closed. Now Electronic and Flamey have to do it all.
They could walk CT.
They'll dump a smoke there instead. Electronic cross is over. And that's that.
That was very early for NaVi, right? I don't think Astralis were, super ready for that to be a commitment, but they put up a really nice hold. Dupree blinded on the second shot and even gets a third as the molly pushes him out. And also great utility for Astralis, as we come to expect, back over the roof of B to shut down NaVi on the first approach. NaVi might move away from B for now, right? Get the util up there, put a player at top wall, and then just go back to this mid play. Device is open down B. There's a smoke in his face, though. We can't see a thing. He's going to go right through it.
Oh, Perfecto sees him. The barrel betraying Device. Bigger ain't always better over towards that B site, and now the man advantage residing with NaVi. Over in top mid, they get this control, do NaVi. And from here, like with the control they've got, with the pressure they've asserted onto Astralis, this is such a good spot to be in. You're denying that mid info. You are forcing this 3-man stack to be maintained over towards A. So if they ever did want to change their mind, that B site is pretty damn tantalizing. Flash goes high, they get Zipnix off the angle, and now they open up onto Magis down in the pit. This could be 15 for NaVi unless Dupree does something nasty. He's only good for 1. Zipex bested in the library as well, and glaive is a long way from home. He's trying to save, but look at this. The hunting party has already been dispatched. It's Boomich and Simple. And actually, never mind that, it's everyone from NaVi. They are fanning out across this map looking for him. Glaive, they do not want to let you get away with this M4.
And talk about a team in NaVi that not only is it Astralis joining the server and they're on this massive streak of winning, Inferno over and over and over again up to 9, but NaVi have come in here and they're making Astralis shook.
Yeah, again, pretty concise, pretty dominant right now. They 16-9 the first map. They're on par to do that right here, right now. Astralis have another double orb. This time it's Dupree taking the second. And this is desperate times. NaVi, what a great game we're getting from them. This could be one hell of a tournament run. Coming in even through the lower bracket after losing to Cole, who is still here in the playoffs to be seen. Astralis might be seen no longer if this round doesn't go their way. 8 up B, Dupree AWPing mid. Holding a tight angle, not too wide. Not wanting to give away a pick. Simple's not playing the AWP though. He's back down to the AK. Vice fighting for the corner at B as well.
Vice. Oh, going in, and Simple snuffed out of the round. An opener taken. Astralis, one minuscule step in the huge journey that would be this comeback. Still so far to go. But a good start nonetheless, and that can always go a long way. NaVi setting up for the B play, utility raining in. Zipex Back of the site device, but the flashes are good. There's the trade for device, however, cancelled out by Electronic. And if you've blinked, you've missed it. We're into a 3-on-3, and it's Astralis having to retake.
Electronic has had so many entries on his T side. He has just been tearing open B, getting long for free, and now backed up into a post plant. Astralis don't have a kit currently to retake this round. It's all on this. NaVi looking for the semi-finals. And just 3 kills from that very point. Here come Astralis. Do or die. It's everything for the Danes.
Time to put up or shut up. Electronic peeking in from new box. It's off down by Dupree. Flamey might just make this a reality, and they do. Perfecto takes down Dupree. We see this one go to NaVi. NaVi going into the semis.